Well, hello there. Welcome to Crafty Music Tips. You may know me, Crafty, from such SingitLive videos as Working for the Weekend, ABC, I've Had the Time of My Life, and other songs. In all seriousness, this Crafty Music Tips channel is about helping you, the musician, in learning how to get a little bit further on your musical journey. And so what I thought I would do is I would just quickly just tell you what I did in these particular videos, these songs that I just mentioned. And there's just one thing that I did in particular in preparation that maybe I did in the odd other song. But in the case of these songs that I just mentioned, what I did is I was lucky enough actually to find here on YouTube a guitarist playing the song close up, no tab, no tutorial, this is how I played it, but just playing it, whether there's multiple guitar parts or just one guitar part, and just actually really looking closely at where the fingers are on the fretboard. Let's check it out. So this is the Working for the Weekend guitar part. It's the actual guy, Paul Dean, from the band Loverboy.
Hey, I'm Paul Dean from Loverboy.
Very briefly just introduces and then gets into playing.
Here it is. That's right.
Everyone's watching to see what you will do. Everyone's looking at you. Oh.
And then if I type in ABC guitar, I've got a few that come up. This is the one that I found very helpful. Basically, it's the three different guitar parts all played at once, and then he just goes through each guitar part separately. And like I said, there's no tabs. It's not really a lesson per se. It's just watching how the fingers are moving around the fretboard. Yeah, so I find this very helpful because, you know, there's a lot to take in when you're listening to a song like this. For instance, you've got percussion, you've got backing vocals and bass and drums, and it's like, what is the guitar actually doing? There's piano as well. So when you're trying to figure it out for yourself, if you don't have the blessings of tab, then yeah, it's just a matter of looking very closely at what are the fingers doing on the fretboard. Now, I call this very affectionately the process of finger perving, because that's what you're doing. You're checking out the fingers of what they're doing on the fretboard ever so closely. And if that's a skill as a guitarist or a bass player, probably work on piano as well, and for some other instruments, where if you can actually from afar be able to just look and see what they're doing with their finger movement and match then what you're doing on your instrument and get the sounds to be right. You got to train your ear as well, but it's just a really good skill to have. And so the way that I developed it in my really early days, if I think far back, what I did is I just sat on my mum and dad's bed and practiced guitar, because if I think back, that was the main mirror or the only mirror that our family had in the house. And yeah, so I just sat there looking at myself practicing guitar, and I found it quite profound, just looking and seeing like, is that what my fingers are doing? Is that what it looks like to other people? Obviously, it's in a mirror image, so you look like that you're a left-hander. I'm, of course, a right-hander. If you're a left-hander, well, then you look like a right-hander. But yeah, so it was a really helpful little exercise that I did somewhat regularly, and then I just became a bit more aware of exactly what I looked like. And then when I was watching other guitarists play, it became so straightforward to just be able to tell, I know what they're doing.
Oh, I see.
So then if I type in Time of My Life guitar, I come up with this one. This one says with tabs. I didn't actually find any tabs when I was watching it. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, if you want the tabs, then you got to go to his Patreon, which I didn't do. I just used the skill that I mentioned of watching where his fingers go. And look, you've got such a good zoomed in view here of what he's playing. And This guy's great because he played the keyboard parts as well as the guitar parts. So it's just a matter of just listening really closely to the original and being able to make sure that I definitely can't hear any guitar in the intro. It was just keyboard. And that was good for me because I didn't learn the intro. And then Darren in SingitLive, he played it. Whew. But yeah, here's where the guitar part actually starts. Yeah, so it's awesome. I mean, like, he's putting in all of the different parts in when they come in. And yeah, I just found it ever so helpful. So I just wanted to let you know that this stuff's out there. It's probably not that profound a lesson, really, if you think about it, because let's face it, everything's on YouTube. But if you have a look here, this was only uploaded 1 year ago. So I'm finding myself quite lucky in the situation where SingitLive are choosing songs that have these particular videos where people are just playing the note for note parts, and they've only been uploaded recently. So let's just say that SingitLive happened 5 years ago. Well, I wouldn't have had this to been able to help my process of preparing the song for the SingitLive video. Now, one other quick thing I wanted to mention is, generally speaking, with the SingitLive process is that you don't get a lot of time to prepare. It might be that you get maybe a week, and in a lot of cases, just a few days. And so in my case, because I'm very busy, what I usually do is I just leave it to the night before, or sometimes the morning of, to just do a cram as much as I can.
Cram like you've never crammed before.
Darren, of course, wants to change the name to Cram It Live, but I think we're going to stick to Sing It Live. And so if you look really closely, there's some songs where you can actually see me looking at cheat sheets that I've got taped up somewhere discreetly. And sometimes you can actually, if you look even closelier, you can actually see the cheat sheets.
This guy's a great big phony!
All right, so I hope you found this video helpful. This is the Crafty Music Tips YouTube channel. So with a name like that, yes, you would expect there'd be a bunch of other different helpful music tips related videos here on the YouTube channel. So you can go check them out to help you out. But if that's still not enough, if you're a guitarist and you want some more in-depth guitar related tips, well, go check out craftyguitarclub.com. It's just a guitar club where you can hang out with me and a bunch of other like-minded people and get more in-depth tips on how to improve your guitar playing. So if that's helpful, I'll leave a link below, or just type in craftyguitarclub.com. Easy. So that's it for this video. I hope it was really helpful. Now, I'll just leave by saying, you don't have to do everything right now. Just do the next thing. Cheers.